It's been 125 years since Pope Leo XIII penned the encyclical Rerum Novarum in 1891. It was a response to a growing disparity of wealth in many areas of the world and addressed the rights and duties of employers towards laborers and laborers towards those who employed them. The encyclical laid out fundamental principles for the relationship between capital and labor that are still today looked to as models for what we now know as Catholic social teaching. To commemorate the 125th anniversary, the Acton Institute held a conference in Rome called Freedom with Justice, Rerum Novarum and the New Things of Our Times. It was the conclusion of a 5-part series on the relationship between religious and economic freedom, where international speakers discussed the complex relationship between these things. Bishop Dominique Ray of the Diocese of Toulon, France, Bishop Kestius Kevalos of the Archdiocese of Kaunas, Lithuania, and Father Wojtek Giertek, the theologian of the papal household, as well as the founder of the Acton Institute, Father Robert Sirico, were amongst the presenters. During the conference, many experts on economics and the social teachings of the Catholic Church, hailing from throughout Europe and the United States, spoke on the importance of Pope Leo XIII's groundbreaking encyclical and its pertinence to the present day, even after 125 years have passed. Some of the themes included the importance for the human person to have religious, economic, and political freedom, the state's role in a global economy, the failure of socialism, the reality of religious persecution in the U.S. and other parts of the world, and ways the Church can promote justice and contribute to the flourishing of the human person. But what is the connection between religious and economic freedom? Can the two actually support each other? Dr. Samuel Gregg, Director of Research at the Acton Institute, answers those questions.
Many people, including myself in the Acton Institute, are very concerned that freedom is increasingly taken for granted today. We see in Western Europe and even in the United States the rise of political and social movements that prioritize equality over freedom. And this has implications for not just the liberty of commerce or business and of individuals, it's increasingly having implications for religious liberty, which in many respects is the first freedom, because what you believe about the nature of the divine, or even if you're not a believer, is really one of those freedoms that helps to determine lots of other freedoms and liberties in society as a whole. So we're taking the view that economic liberty and religious liberty are seriously under erosion today, especially here, I must say, in Western Europe. And one of the things we're trying to do at this conference is to bring the tradition of Catholic social teaching, modern Catholic social teaching, to bear upon these questions, because we think that Catholic social teaching in its modern form has some profound things to say about how we elevate and promote freedom, but also remind us what is the end of human freedom, what's the goal of human freedom, which we would argue is human flourishing.
As the event allows us to contemplate the themes of justice and the common good, the words of Pope Benedict XVI in Caritas in Veritate come to mind, that justice is inseparable from charity, and that if we love others with charity, then first of all, we must act justly.